All right, we're back. Today is December 14th, so it's been a couple weeks since I've been on. David's back today, so we're going to talk about where we were at this time last year.
And looking back last year, oh gosh, we step back this time every year and look at our business from a sort of a 30,000 foot view, and then also the macro view of all the things that need to be looked upon and improved upon in our business. And last year was very different. We had a forecast for the year based around different projects we were doing. We also had a forecast for the year based on the way we saw the growth curve of our business going. And as you know, in the beginning of the year, COVID hit, and that put a wrinkle in our plans. Mm-hmm. But coming to where we're at now, where we had the up and down and all the craziness throughout the year that I think that most other businesses had, we think we're going to end this year pretty strong.
Yeah, we should. At least that's the way it looks. Last year we did a week where our employees worked remote, which was just kind of a test to see how it went. It went really well, which was a good thing. Mm-hmm. We weren't sure how it was going to go at this time last year, and he said, "Hey, we'll try it. It's a benefit to them," but it went really well. Now, the interesting thing is, if we hadn't gone through that scenario, then we wouldn't have been prepared to work remotely in March once COVID hit. And we've been that way ever since. And so through all the ups and downs of dealing with this pandemic, we've learned a lot of things. And I think that's one of the most important things that we can all take from this is what did we learn from this experience and what has the journey taught us? And so when we look back at this time last year, I'm thankful that we went through that.
Oh yeah, very much so. It wasn't our idea. It was actually one of our employees came to us and said, "Hey, we've got this idea. Why don't we make it? It's actually a perk where everyone gets to work remote and spend more time with their family, but do their work from home." And we talked about it for a long time, but it was something that one of our team members brought to us and sort of sold us on it and basically said we should try this, see how it works. And we went through the process of getting things figured out.
Yeah, some companies will shut down completely that week of Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's. We generally don't have that ability because we always have projects that need to push at the end of the year. And so how can we facilitate the holidays and still get the work done that we need to get done? And that was I think, really good solution for us that prepared us for what was to come.
Yeah. So all that being said, in looking forward to the next year, we want to take and encourage other businesses that are at this time we're still living in a world of uncertainty. We're still living in a world of challenges, and I talked to one of our clients the other day that is doing a lot of smart things as it relates to how they're marketing their business and the things that they're doing in looking forward to the next year. Right now, it is our nature when things get hard and something gets put in our way, we want to take and push and pull back. We want to fall back to what we know. We want to fall back to what's comfortable. And don't get me wrong, we want to do the same thing, but through pushing through those points and those challenges is what helps build us as a stronger company, a stronger team member, stronger employees. And then at the same time, the one thing you have to realize, with that being the nature of everyone's response to challenges and issues and things that pop up, that they want to take and pull back and not and just fall back on what they know and what's comfortable. The ones who do push through, the ones who do fight through those challenges, the ones that basically say, I know that I've got to get over this hump to get to the other side. The ones that do, when everything turns and flips around, mm-hmm. they're going to be the ones in the front.
Yeah, I think some of it comes down to market share. When economy's down or when there's trying times, a lot of businesses shut down or scale back. And if you look at your industry as a whole, and if you can look at it in terms of what part of the market do you actually control or own, and the more you can gain during that time puts you in a better position moving forward. And so that's the big thing to encourage, is how can we as businesses, number one, support each other, number two, grow in spite of all these things that are kind of thrown at us right now.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's find the opportunity. In every challenge there and in every issue there is a ray of hope. Find that opportunity to take and grow your company, whether it's either buying another company that doesn't want to go through this anymore. You have the opportunity to gain clients that are dealing with the companies that are pulling back and that aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing and moving forward. So find those opportunities. Find the ways that you can grow and build your company, so that on the flip side of this, that you'll come out the other side positioned to be a lot stronger. Because I kind of see it as this. It's like pushing a boulder uphill. Basically. I say this because I said this to my son the other day, and I see the same as business, because business is like my child. It's like, basically, we have this boulder that we're pushing uphill, and while we're doing it, we're constantly chiseling away at those rough edges that make it more and more difficult to push the boulder uphill. And then at some point, you're going to hit the top of the hill, and when you do, you're going to have that moment of relief. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm at the top. But then there's an opportunity when you get that boulder rolling downhill and moving on its own, it's almost impossible to stop. And as long as you do everything along the way as you're building it up and pushing it up to the top of the hill, when it gets going, it's going to take on a life of its own, and it's going to take and develop its own momentum that's pretty difficult to stop, and going forward from there.
So you talk about the boulder, and you talk about chiseling away things that get in the way of moving it up the mountain. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's a good comparison to things that we deal with, whether it's in business or in our personal life, that can distract us from our goals. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you have to chisel those away to continue to move forward. And a lot of it's the journey. Some of those just kind of fade away on the journey, mm-hmm. right? And it's those failures or things that we learn that make us better for what's to come. And if we can look forward to and push forward to what's next, we're going to be in a much better position to be successful moving forward. So there's roughly 2 weeks left in 2020, which is actually nice to say. And there's two things that we got to focus on. Number one is finishing the year out strong.
Finish strong.
And number two, taking time to forward think about 2021. And more than just projections, but what are the things that we can do to really continue to separate ourselves in our industry and what we do, and things that can make us either grow exponentially or really change who we are as a company and make us more successful. And a lot of times as entrepreneurs or business owners, we don't slow down enough to think about what's next. We talk about it or we throw out ideas, but we're always busy going from one thing to the next.
It is really, really hard. It's like you find yourself bouncing from one fire to the next fire to the next fire, trying to put out those fires, and but you have to find that time to take and pull back and focus on those areas to grow and improve your business.
Yeah, so in the final couple of weeks, we'd encourage, and if you're watching this and you're got a week left, take some time, whether it's an hour or a day, and get all the junk out of your mind of 2020 and really try to focus on what 2020 looks like, and come up with some creative ideas of how you can run your business differently, whether that's through system and processes or a new product line or a new aspect of your business. But the more you can do that, the more beneficial you'll be moving forward.
I agree. Well, I think that's a good way to wrap up this year?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's
well, good. We want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas for 2020.
And Happy New Year.
And a very Happy New Year. We hope everyone out there is safe and like us, we're looking forward to the coming year and what's possible, and look forward to seeing everyone on the other side.